Hey, what's up, everybody? Just in case you don't know who I am, I'm Sean Christopher Jenkins. I'm streaming on a lot of platforms right now. I got so many social media platforms. I feel like I have the best social media platforms ever. So, if you want to see me share my screen, so if you're watching from my Instagram page, Trouble Don't Last, or my other Instagram page, my underscore daily underscore Bible. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. But if you want to see my screen, go to my YouTube channel, Uplift, past, like past, present, future, Crossroads, Uplift, past, Crossroads. And if you're watching from my YouTube channel, I'd like to thank you for all your support, all my subscribers, man. Like, you guys really came through. I got a special announcement for you that my wife gave 2 days ago. And she posted the video on my YouTube channel. She's gonna be posting way more and talking to you guys way more prayerfully. Y'all pray for her because she's real shy and stuff like that and real private. So yeah, so what was I talking about? So YouTube, Uplift past Crossroads. I'm sharing my screen. I'm also sharing my screen on my Facebook page, Sean Christopher Jenkins, SEAN, Sean Christopher Jenkins. And then I'm also on LinkedIn sharing my screen, Sean Christopher Jenkins again. I'm sharing my screen on my Twitter page, my X page, Trouble Don't Last. Thank you for watching. All my Twitter followers, and then my Snap, Instagram, TikTok threads is Trouble Don't Last as well. My Tumblr page, Trouble Don't Last #1. All right, so here goes the special announcements for you guys. All right, so my YouTube channel, Uplift Past Crossroads, like I said, my wife, she actually posted, right? So let's see how many videos my wife got. Just scroll all the way down to Uplift Past Crossroads. You can see all the people who are featured on my channel who actually do YouTube videos with me. Like my older brother, he hasn't done YouTube videos with me, but this is his YouTube channel, Faith Unchained Ministries. This is my dad's YouTube channel, Reverend Frederick L. Jenkins Sr. Yes, I'm a pastor's kid. And then also, this is my wife YouTube channel, Alexis, but don't worry about that one. I need to get that off, like, because me and her do YouTube together. So this is her YouTube channel. This is her playlist on my YouTube channel, Maya. So you saw it under featured podcast featured. I don't know. It's people who do YouTube videos with me. So this is Maya's playlist on my YouTube channel. So if you want to see all the videos that she's done, check out this playlist on my YouTube channel, Uplift Past Crossroads. So she done 12 videos now. So she got a lot of work to do to catch up to me, because on my YouTube channel, Uplift Past Crossroads, this is our 495th video. Our 495th video. So you guys are going to love this video. You're going to want to listen to way more videos from me. So go ahead and go to my YouTube channel, Uplift Past Crossroads, to support me. But I got a treat for you guys today. All right, so I was talking with one of my coworkers today, in the wee hours of the morning. Just in case you don't know, guys, I work third shift. I do unarmed security right now. And just in case if you don't know as well, I used to be a software developer, basically, a software tester, software analyst, QA analyst, whatever you want to call it, manual tester. I tested what developers did. So I was making a lot of money doing that. So right now, actually, I'm in the worst financial situation ever, like in my life, when it comes to making money. I got way more money going out than I got coming in. And so, yeah, just pray for me. But like I've been telling you guys, like I've been investing. So I invest in the crypto market, which I just focus on Bitcoin and Ethereum. So if you guys are interested in cryptocurrencies, I recommend just sticking with those. And by the way, this is not financial advice, because you can't get in trouble for giving people cheat codes to investing and making money online. It happens all the time. So yeah, I know a lot about investing, guys. So like when it comes to cryptocurrency, I focus on investing in Bitcoin and Ethereum, because all the rest of the altcoins, you don't know which one's going to last, but we do know Bitcoin and Ethereum are here to stay. They're not going anywhere. All right. And then also I invest in the stock market. I love stocks. Stocks are my baby. If you guys are interested in stocks, I guarantee you're going to make a lot of money from two stocks, Palantir and Tesla. Those are two stocks in the world that are going to last for all our lifetimes. If you're alive right now, Tesla and Palantir ain't going nowhere. You're going to make a lot of money from investing in them. And if I'm being honest with you guys, I invested in Palantir. I've been investing in the stock market since 2020 consistently. And I've made a lot of money through just investing. Like I probably made $100,000 from investing now in the stock market from the last 4 years. So even though I got more money going out than I got coming in, long story short, I'm good because I've been investing in the stock market for 4 years. So the longer you're in the market, the better, because you give yourself a cushion financially, a break. So even though you got money going out, if you keep on investing weekly, daily, as much as you can, you're going to have that money come back to you. right? So you're planting good seeds that's gonna, and you're starting a good harvest that's gonna, carry you over during the hard times. You guys see what I'm saying? So like, yeah, investing is powerful. So like, if you don't do it, you need to get in on it, because like when it comes to inflation and when it comes to the cost of living, that's always gonna go up. Nothing will get cheaper in this life. You know the man. You know how the powers that be work. They want to get over on people and make as much money as they can from the middleman. So you got to put your money where they're putting their money to make money, to keep yourself afloat, to take advantage of life, right? So you gotta make your money work for you. So you gotta invest. So yeah, stocks are my babies. The two stocks I'm going with are Palantir and Tesla. So I recommend that stock to any and everybody. Both of those two stocks, because I ain't gonna lie, I've been invested in Palantir since it was $5.88, and so now it's at $32. So I 6 times my money. So when you're invested in a winner, you're gonna make a lot of money, and that's just 6 times your money. Like, you're trying to look for stocks that you're gonna make 2,000% on over time, like 2,000 times your money, which that's crazy, right? That's a lot of money. So yeah, you're invested in winners like Tesla and Palantir. I'll give you guys some other ones too, like Facebook, any of the big seven. You can't go wrong. Microsoft. Yeah, I would even say AMD, like stocks like that, the best companies in the world. If you invest in them, it doesn't matter. Only if you have your money working for you, yeah, you're gonna be okay in this life, right? So yeah, I was kind of stalling, guys, because I was retweeting my video that I'm doing right now, so everybody can see it on all my platforms and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get to it. So I was talking with my coworker today in the wee hours of the morning. So I work from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Monday to Thursday. So I get off work at 6 a.m. Friday, right? So I was talking with one of my coworkers in the wee hours of the morning when he got at work at like 5 a.m. today on Tuesday in the morning. So whatever today's date is, what's today's date? Tuesday, September 10th. And yeah, he was talking about how he had an awful encounter with just a difficult truck driver, right? And he was just making things difficult for him, long story short. And he said that I just wish him bad. I don't never wish nobody bad, but I wish him bad. And he's a Christian. So I thought it was funny that he said that, because like there's a proverb that I've been dying to do for you guys. And I've been holding it back on you guys. Like I've been teasing you guys with it on my YouTube channel, Uplift Crossroads. But I'm gonna hit you guys with it right now, right? So this is the proverb. So just in case you don't know, I'm talking about the book of Proverbs in the Bible, right? The book, Solomon wrote the book of Proverbs, but when you go to seminary school and you learn about the Bible and stuff and how it came into fruition, came into being, you figure out that a lot of people had a lot of hands. There was a lot of hands when it came to the totality of the Bible. So like, obviously Solomon was the only one that wrote the book of Proverbs, but we give Solomon credit. Solomon was the wisest man that ever lived. So the book of Proverbs is a bunch of wisdom, a bunch of insight about life. So if you guys want to live a better life, if you guys want to take advantage of everything that life has to offer, if you want to really follow and obey what the Bible has to say about how to live, you need to go to the book of Proverbs. And you need to memorize the book of Proverbs. I've been telling everybody, like, there's always 31 days in a month, or 30 days in a month. All right, but let's it's always 30 days in a month for the most part, right? So like, the book of Proverbs is 31 chapters. You talking about you don't read the Bible? Well, why don't you just read a proverb every single day? Just read one chapter in the book of Proverbs. What's today's date? Well, let's just say when October starts, but like, when October starts, the first October 1st, right? Start with Proverbs 1. And then when October 2nd comes around, starts with Proverbs 2. And then when October 10th comes around, like it's September 10th right now, start with Proverbs 10. And all you do is just stay in that chapter. Read that. Don't just read the chapter once. Like, read the chapter as much as you can. Just all during the day. Meditate on it. Like, ponder it. Right? Every single proverb. Like I said, there's 31 proverbs. 31 chapters in the book of Proverbs, right? With a lot of verses. And you guys talking about you don't read the Bible? Well, that's a good way to start, because a proverb is a general statement that is true regarding the way life works. A proverb is a statement regarding the way things happen in this world. A proverb is an observation that's made so that we can draw lessons from those observations. And if we apply those lessons, if we apply those observations to our lives, those lessons, we're going to be prosperous and successful in life. That's what a proverb is. So like I said, if you want to start anywhere in the Bible, you need to start with the book of Proverbs. So Proverbs 11:27, that's the focus for today's video. When that coworker of mine said, I wish that guy harm. I don't wish nobody bad. And he's a believer, right? He said, I wish nobody bad, but with him, I kind of wish some bad will happen to him. I read this proverb, Proverbs chapter 11, verse 27. Go ahead and turn to it. I read this proverb like not too long ago, like probably like 2 months ago. And I've just been meditating on it for months. And that's what I do. Before I do a video, I just stay and study a passage. And like I said, guys, like, I was talking about, if it's October 7th, then you should be in Proverbs 7 and just stay in Proverbs 7, read Proverbs 7 all day, all night, right? But don't just read it. Listen to all the sermons on Proverbs 7. Read books on Proverbs 7. Read commentary on Proverbs 7. Like, really get your feel on whatever proverb, whatever chapter in the book of Proverbs that you're in, and really take it in, right? And don't just take it in. Learn everything you can, glean from the book of Proverbs so that you can be not just successful, not just prosperous in all your ways, but that life can go the way that you always dreamed that it could go, right? If you follow and do what God said, right? So Proverbs 11:27, I saw this on an Instagram post, and man, I was like, man, what does that mean, man? It's so good. I was like, man, I know it's powerful, and when I read it, I was like, man, I got to study this. So Proverbs 11:27 reads this. It's from the New International Version Bible. It says, whoever seeks good finds favor, but evil comes to the one who searches for it. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Did you guys see that? From the New Living Translation, it reads, if you search for good, you will find favor. But if you search for evil, it will find you. That's from the New Living Translation, Proverbs 11:27. Let's keep on going. From the King James Version, it reads, he that diligently seeketh good procureth, obtaineth, right? He will have added unto him favor. Ooh. But he that seeketh mischief, it shall come unto him. Wow. Wow. That's good, right? You guys see that? So good. Let me write it down. I want you guys to see this. Like, so when I talk during the video, you guys can you guys have this reference. Which version of the Bible did y'all like more of Proverbs 11:27 that I just read? Because I want to put the New International Version to reference, but I like the King James. It just sounds so good. Like when the King James Version talk, boy, like it says a word, but that word means a billion different things. Just that one word. So when you're looking at a verse in the Bible and it says a phrase or something like that in the King James Version Bible, like your mind just goes everywhere. You're like, dang, this is good. This tastes good. So this is the New International Version. I'll read it again. Before I go, I want you guys to think about this, meditate on. This is a proverb. I told you guys what a proverb is. A proverb is a general statement made about life. It's an observation made about life. Who made this observation? God. God created this world. God knows how this world operates. Oh, Amber, can you do me a favor? Can you put the if it ain't amplified, then King James Deaf Hit. Yeah, can you put the amplified version of Proverbs 11:27 for me, Amber, real quick? And by the way, Amber, thanks for all your support. Like, we got to get together. I feel like I know you're a woman of God. That's for sure. That's without, that don't even need to be said. But I feel like, me and you can tag team some stuff, some videos and stuff. Like, I know you be talking. There ain't no way you don't. But all right. But yeah, he that diligently seeketh good, procured favor. Ooh, whose favor are you procuring, God? But he that seeketh, oh yes, mischief, it shall come unto him. All right, so like I was saying, guys, like when it comes to people, I know people suck sometimes. Like that's what my dad has always taught me. My dad has always said, my dad's a pastor. My dad's dad was a pastor. My mom's dad's a pastor. And my mom has 7 siblings. Majority of them are pastors. I guess being a pastor just runs in my family or something. Like that's our lineage. I don't know. All right. But like, so my dad has always said to me since I've been growing up, and I'm gonna teach my son too. My son, his due date November 26th, Zion Emmanuel Jenkins. That's my son's name. My first child, Nehemiah's first child. We're excited. I can't wait to be a dad. It's a dream come true. That's one thing I'm gonna teach my son. People suck. Don't have high expectations when it comes to people. People will let you down. People will hurt you. And when there's people, there's trouble. And not just that, we're sinners, right? Romans chapter 3 said there's no one righteous. No, not one. There's only one righteous. That's Jesus. So you know what you can expect with people? To get hurt, to face, trials and tribulations with people. Why? Because hurt people. You're always going to go through some type of hurt, and hurt is a cycle. So, when you're having a bad day, what are you going to do? Be a butt to some people sometimes. Be mean and not be at your best. People suck. Like you could be going through a hard time and then people just ruin your life, ruin your day, right? But that's why you don't need to have no expectation with people. Like God is your expectation. Like God is your standard. God is your only hope. Well, let me slow down. God is your only hope. God is the only one you can depend on. God is the only one you can rely on. Stop relying on people. Stop depending on people. Like for your happiness, for your joy, for your peace, for your people will let you down. Just stop with that expectation. So like when my coworker said, I just wish that person harm. I just wish that person, I wish him the worst because he hurt me. Ooh, that's good. And I'm going to ask you guys a question. Has there been a time where you wish somebody harm? Has there been a time where you wish that somebody would, go through hell because they put you through hell? Has there ever been a time in your life where you just wanted the worst to happen to somebody because they made the worst happen to you? Wow. What does this proverb say? I just told you what a proverb is. A proverb is a general statement, a general observation. It's a conclusion about how life works. I'm going to ask you guys a question. Do you know how life works? No, you don't. Don't say you do. Because if you did, you'll be a billionaire. You'll be the richest person on earth. Everything will go your way. Everything will go perfectly for you. You ain't God. You don't know anything. You could control people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because just think about Jesus. Like, even Jesus couldn't control people. But at least Jesus knew where to go. At least Jesus didn't even need a house. When he started his ministry, he didn't even need a house. He didn't even need a job. It's mind-blowing to me how Jesus knew exactly where to go, what place to go to, who to talk to, like, because he was in God's will. Like, are you like who? That's really prideful if you think you're like that. Like, who literally knows God's will? Like, who literally knows exactly what God knows? Like God knows it. Because you're God. See? You ain't even God, so you can't say that. You can say as much like, I know you get it from the word of God. Well, okay, all right. You get it from the word of God, right? Yeah. How many Bible verses are there in the Bible? There's 31,102 Bible verses in the Bible. Are you really going to tell me you know all 31,102 verses like you know your name? Like, do you know the Bible? I mean, like, really know it. That ain't nobody on earth. That ain't nobody to ever exist. Why? Because the Bible is God. The Word is God, and the Word was with God, and the Word was with God in the beginning. The Word is God, right? I keep on going. Like John 1:1. The only person who is the Word is God. Like, we're supposed to be living words, living sermons. The Word manifests like Jesus. But how much are we going to really manifest the Word if we don't know the Word? How much are we really going to, represent Jesus and represent God if we don't even know our Bibles? All 31,102 Bible verses. So obviously we all got a lot of growth to do. Obviously nobody has reached their fullest and highest potential in God, and nobody probably ever will, because that's why we're going to be with God for all eternity. But that's a little side note, right? So like, let's go to this proverb, right? Let's focus on this proverb. I was going to go to a lot of places with this video, but I'm going to stay right here. because this is too good. Let me read Amber real quick. Yeah, I said John 1:1 wrong, by the way. So John 1:1 was in the beginning was the word was with God, the word is God, right? He was with God in the beginning, verse 2. Verse 14, he is the word manifest, right? All right, so here goes from the Amplified Bible. Let's read this for Proverbs 11:27. He that diligently seeks good, seeks favor and grace. Grace. Oh, I'm about to go deep with this video. But he who seeketh evil, oh my gosh, evil will come to him. Oh, Lord Jesus. All right, you know how I ask you guys, like, when people hurt you, do you want to hurt them back? When people hurt you, do you wish evil on them? I was going to title the video, be careful what you wish for. I was going to title the video, count the cost of revenge. That's what I actually titled the video. Count the cost of revenge. That's today's video title. And today's Bible verse is Proverbs 11:27. All right. Oh, this is getting good. And then also, I was going to title the video, everything has a cost. Everything has a cost. And when I say that, I'm thinking about Jesus when he said in Luke chapter 14:28, be careful what you do in this life. Be careful what house you build. But I want to go deeper with that. Be careful about the choices you make. And not just that. Choices start with something. Choices start with a thought. You got to think it in order to do it, in order to act on it, right? You have to think about it before you act. But a lot of times people don't think before they act, so they react. But you still thought to react. You still thought about it to react, right? So your actions have an equal and opposite reaction. What you do will come back on you. And not just that. See, we're talking about what you do. But with this proverb 11:27, this proverb, say right here, this proverb is talking about what you think. What are you thinking? So when people hurt you, what are you thinking? And not just that, what are you looking for? That's what we're focusing in on. What are you looking for when people hurt you and talk bad about you and do bad to you? What are you looking for? Are you looking for harm against them? Are you looking for hurt against them? Do you want trouble to come upon them? Oh, Lord Jesus, I hope you don't. I hope you don't. Because what you're looking for will find you. You hear what I said? What you're looking for will find you. And if you look hard enough, you'll probably find something that you wish you hadn't. I'm going to say that again. That was too good. You guys hear that? If you look hard enough, you'll probably find something that makes you wish you had it. See, a lot of times we think like what we're looking for and what we're chasing after is good. But a lot of times, I would even say majority of the time, it's bad. Right? And I only say that because, like, if somebody hurt you and you wish them harm, like my coworker saying, I don't wish bad on nobody, but with him, I wish. Man, he deserves the worst. You don't have to say that. You don't have to say that, right? Because God is going to fight your battles. That's one thing he promised in the Bible. Like, I know we're talking about Proverbs 11:27, but I'm going to put you guys on game real quick. The whole Bible is a guide. The whole Bible is a manual through life. The whole entire Bible, every single Bible verse, all 31,102 Bible verses, is not just a revelation about life, not just a conclusion about how life is and what to expect and how, the afterlife is going to be and all those things. It's the answer to all the tests and all that stuff, right? But the Bible also is a proverb. You hear what I said? It's all wisdom, right? So it's a general statement made about life, how life works. And if we just dive into the Bible, study every single nit and cranny of it. I mean, just don't read it on a surface level. I mean, go deeper in it. Like, you can't just read it like any other book. Like, it goes way deeper. And I'm about to show you guys what Proverbs 11:27. Like, I haven't even gotten there yet, guys. And what I'm going at is, let me read Proverbs 11:27 real quick. I like the version that Amber gave me. Amber Williams, man. You rock. She said from the Amplified Bible, He who diligently seeks good finds favor and grace. But he who seeks evil, evil will come to him. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I know that was darks, man. Like, you will find what you're looking for. So look for something wonderful. Because what you look for will find you. Not just that. What you're looking for in this life is gonna haunt you. What you're looking for in this life is karma. Right? And I would even go even further. Like, I gotta be totally transparent with you guys. Guys, I struggle. I love women. I lust a lot. There's a consequence for lusting. There's a consequence for masturbating. There's a consequence for jacking off every single day. Matter of fact, there's a consequence for everything in life. What do you do? What do you struggle with that that's bad? Because we all do it. It's something. It's something. Everybody got a kryptonite. Everybody got something that makes them weak. And it's a constant thorn in their side, like Paul says. What is it for you? And that's another way of looking at the scripture verse. Like, when it comes to the stuff that we struggle with, like, if you keep on doing it, if you keep on, like, feeding that beast, like Jesus said, you keep on feeding that beast, it's going to grow. And eventually, the flesh will overtake the spirit. Because whichever man you feed more, the stronger man will rule the house. What's the house? Your temple, your body. So, like, when it comes to your temple, your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit, all that stuff, like, you got to really count the cost of your thoughts. You got to really calculate what I'm putting in my spirit. You got to really discern, why am I thinking this way? Because if it ain't good, if it ain't noble, if it ain't praiseworthy, if it ain't admirable, if it ain't noble, if it ain't, you guys see what I'm saying? If it ain't those things, you don't need to think about them. That's Philippians 4:4. I think it's Philippians 4:4. It's somewhere right there in chapter 4. But you guys see what I'm saying? Like, your mind is a garden. Whatever you plant won't just come to fruition in your life. It is your life. Your mind is your life. So if you're thinking impure thoughts all the time, and not just thinking impure thoughts, I mean really acting on them. And I want to go real further with that. Like, there's a difference between just looking and wishing harm on people, and then actually taking it into your own matter. See, that's even worse on you. That's even more of a punishment for you. And we see it with Proverbs 11:27. Let me go to it. This is so good. So good. I'm going to read the King James Version because I want you guys to see it, man. Proverbs 11:27 from the King James Version Bible. He that diligently, that means consistently, constantly, diligently. That's all you do with your heart, mind, and soul, with all your being, with everything in you. He that seeketh good, that will preach. Procures favor. Whose favor are you procuring? God's. God's the only favor that you need. God's the only favor that there is. God's favor is man's favor, and man's favor is God's favor. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything good is of God. So when it's something, when you are in good standing with your boss, with your parents, with your friends, with your family, with everybody it's all God. Like, literally, it's a Bible verse. It's a scripture verse. It says, like, there's so many people in the Bible. Like, I can use Nehemiah, for example, because I love the book of Nehemiah. I only did the 4 chapters in my Sunday school lessons because my dad switched churches, but that's a long story. It's on my YouTube channel. Nehemiah is crazy, right? It said, like, Nehemiah, like, he procured the favor of the king because he trusted in the Lord. And it goes deeper than that. It said that because, like, he was just obedient and obeyed God and all these things, like, and not just that, it goes way deeper. Like, he refused to act without seeking counsel from God. He refused to make any move without going to God first. And when he went to God, he had a whole plan set before the king. So when he went to the king, and the king gave him the opportunity and said, "What do you want, Nehemiah?" Nehemiah, in Nehemiah chapter 1 and 2, Nehemiah had a whole plan ready. Like, because the king ain't going to just ask you something and you're not going, you can't just have an answer. And then he's never going to ask you anything. And if he does, you got to take advantage of it. You got to seize the opportunity, because you ain't never going to be around the king like that, even though Nehemiah was the cupbearer. And you're not going to be able to have conversations like that with the king unless the king wants to talk to you. And this was the king of Persia. Like, the king of Persia and Nehemiah is an Israelite. Like they didn't like each other, right? The Persians and Israelites, they were at war with each other. Like the Persians had the Israelites captives because they defeated them, in the temple field and all that stuff, right? They were the rulers, they were the more dominant power in that time at that time period, Nehemiah's time period, and Ezra's time period. And like just the Persians took advantage of the Israelites. They had them as slaves, cupbearers, everything, right? So Nehemiah, like, he could hate the king if he wanted, but the king liked him, and Nehemiah liked the king, right? And so all you need to know, like, there's so many Bible verses in the Bible, so many stories in the Bible where you see, like, from out of nowhere, like, just a prophet of God or somebody who shouldn't be liked by somebody in another culture who has power, but like they're liked by them, right? And it's because God was over everything. He was at work with everything, and he can't. It said in the Bible, like God, he controls the hearts of man. He dictates the hearts of man. So when a man is graceful, merciful, kind, loving, just caring, or a woman, it's because of the love of God's in them. Like that don't just come from out of nowhere, right? Like if a person's hateful, spiteful, vengeful, like I mean, all evil, like that is not from God. Like that is the devil, right? So how many times are you gonna deal with somebody like that? A lot, because that's this world. This is a dark world. This is an awful world. I ain't gonna lie, like this world's hard, man. Like as you get older, honestly, like sometimes you feel like you have no hope. Like there is no hope, just because it's like Walking Dead. Like me and my wife were watching the Fear of the Walking Dead. Like, oh my gosh, it's like all doom and gloom. Like human beings just revert back to like the worst of their natures, like the worst of their characters. Not just when crap hit the fan, but they're like that naturally. Like they only seek what's best for them. They only care about what's good for them. They only look out for themselves instead of for everybody. Like they only care about their own community and their own people, their own family, and screw everybody else. Like that is an awful world to live in. And that's this life. But as believers, we call for a higher purpose. We gotta look for something different. We have a higher standard in life, right? Because I'm gonna ask you guys a question. What are you looking for in this life? And I'm gonna go deeper. When it comes to other people, other believers especially, but just other people, are you seeking good in them or bad in them, right? And are you seeking bad to come upon them or good to come upon them? See, a lot of times as Christians, we get it twisted. Man, curse them. Like I was just having a conversation with one of my groomsmen, a real close friend of mine, and like, long story short, like we got a debate about like it, it was good. We had a debate about, are you saved? Is one saved always saved true? And what's the alternative of that? Yeah, if you're a sinner, you're gonna burn in hell, obviously. But like, yeah, once saved, always saved. Like he felt like it wasn't true at all. Like you can lose your salvation. That's the alternative, right? You can lose your salvation. And so when it comes to that, guys, like, what was I talking about? It don't matter about that. Like, it could, the thing is like, what are you looking for in what are you looking for when you have disagreements with unbelievers or with believers? Like, how do you react? Are you looking for bad to come upon them if they disagree with you? That's what I was going to say. So a lot of times when we debate, especially with other believers, it's sad. Other Christians, as soon as we have a certain disagreement, like we wish hell upon them. Like you're of the devil. You're not of God. Curse you. Ooh, let's talk about race real quick. Like some white people hate black people. Like they wish curses on them because you're cursed. You look cursed. You are cursed. You're dark. Like darkness. Darkness is bad. Light is good, and so that means white is good. That was kind of a good rhyme. But anyways, like you see what I'm saying? Like, and then not just that, black people think the same thing. Like white people, like, oh my gosh, this whitewashed world, whitewashed religion, everything is colonized, and everything. White people's always getting over on black people. Some truth to that, you know what I'm saying? So like they make like race to be not just the end all be all, but like the reason why they want to throw dirt on other people, like the reason why they want to hate and pick evil upon them. Like Oh, let's talk about politics real quick. Like, are you on Trump's side or are you on Biden's side, on Kamala Harris' side? Like, whatever side you're on, if you're on the wrong side, in my mind, you're not of God. Like, because that side, like, y'all believe this, you believe this, and that's not of God. But go on the opposite side too. Go on your side. You know darn well, no matter if you're a Republican or Democrat, they both effed up. They both jacked up. They not the answer. You think people in politics care for human beings? Like, you know how much money they make? You know, they're bought. They're bought out. They don't care about your problems or anything like that. They care about solving the problems that they're paid to solve by whoever supports their campaigns. Because whoever supports their campaigns and give them money, they have to answer to them. They have to do what they say. They have to make laws for them. You think they're going to make laws for you? Like, are you kidding me? And you want to fight about that? Like, oh my gosh, like, so like, yeah, and then you find something good about Trump or find something good about Biden or Kamala Harris or Obama, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the end all be all, like, but then you're in denial about the bad too. Like they're the answer over Jesus, over love. Like, oh my gosh, it's crazy, guys. Like, let's go to the scripture verse. I went on a tangent because this I gotta hit you guys with it, man. Let's go back to it. From the King James Version Bible, Proverbs 11:27. He that diligently seeketh good procureth favor. But he that seeketh mischief, it shall come unto him. I want to talk about mischief real quick. Is this you? Right? Is this you? Do you seek mischief when it comes to people who don't agree with you, who say things you don't like? You get in an argument and debate with somebody, especially, guys, it's sad if it's a believer. I understand an unbeliever. I understand somebody who don't have the love of God in them and they're ugly to you. But we're talking about another believer, another Christian, who you know knows Jesus. But because you guys have a little debate about baptism, a little argument about, you know, like, who is really saved and who's going to make it to heaven, who's going to make it to hell. This tiny is insignificant. Jesus even said it. Jesus said, you know, you Pharisees, because that's what you're doing, right? When you think you know everything, you're a Pharisee. That's what it's talking about in the Bible. So Jesus said, you Pharisees, you guys, you focus on a lot of matters. You focus and make things bigger than what they are. You are whitewashed tombs. You focus on, and you even expanded the laws. And you focus on the laws that you made. Not even the laws that God made, right? You made religion to be your God. You make things, the matters of religion, tradition, bigger than what's really important. And what's really important is love, justice, and mercy, compassion, grace, and favor. I keep on going. Love and mercy cover a lot of ground. You guys see that? So like, is that your focus, love and mercy and grace? Or like 1 Corinthians 8:1 says, Paul was talking to the Corinthian church, and he said, knowledge puffeth up. Knowledge makes people boastful, arrogant, prideful. That's what it's saying. But love, let me say it right. Knowledge puffeth up, but love edifies. Love covers a lot of ground. This is a proverb. I need to do that one. That's a good one to do now. Now I got another video idea. Love covers the sins of others. Because that's what God does for you and me. That's a proverb, by the way. Love covers the sins of others. That's what it's talking about. So like, Paul was talking about a lot with knowledge puffeth up, right? I did a video on that. You guys got to check it out on my YouTube channel, Uplift past Crossroads, right? So like, yeah, guys, is your tradition, is what your opinions are about the Bible and God, is that more important than showing compassion, showing patience, showing kindness, showing grace, showing love to your neighbor? Unbeliever or believer, I don't care who they are. Or is it more important to be right? Is it more important to have my opinion, what I think is more important than what you think? So I'm right, and I'm going to argue with you. Knowledge puffeth up. So you're already on the wrong side. God resists the proud, but he gives grace to the humble. So just you thinking you know everything, got everything figured out, You know what God thinks? Oh, yeah, I know the Bible, and I know 31,102 Bible verses. I know everything. And then you seek. That's even a bad thing too. Because what are you seeking with that? Who are you trying to please? Like a lot of Christians try to win arguments instead of trying to win people through love. Which one's more important, you Pharisee? Well, I got too much to say. Ooh, I'm sweating because this. But anyway, let's go to Proverbs 11:27 real quick. He that diligently seek good procureth favor, but he that seeketh mischief, it shall come unto him. I gotta get here. So mischief, we gotta look at the definition of mischief. This is too good. Watch this, guys. So you Google what the word mischief means. Let me make it bigger. I want you guys to see this. Like, this is too good. I worked too hard on this slide. Like, come on, pop up. Don't give me no hard time. You better pop up. I'm gonna beat your butt. All right. So mischief. See, I was looking for the wrong thing right there. So what does mischief mean? Playful misbehavior or troublemaking, especially in children. See, just for you to seeketh mischief, let's go to that Bible verse real quick. He that diligently seeketh good procureth favor, but he that seeketh mischief. So it's the difference between, in order to give out mischief, which that means playful misbehavior or troublemaking. That means to be scornful towards people, to be, let's just go to the synonyms. Naughtiness, badness, bad behavior, misbehavior, mischievousness. I know I said that wrong. Misconduct, misdemeanor. All right, this is where it gets good. Nonsense, monkey business, tricks, pranks, disobedience. That's what it all boils down to, right? Rascal, being a rascal. Let's just go with that. I can't say that. Rascality. That sounds too nerdy. All right. The opposite of it, the antonym of the word mischief is good behavior, right? All right. So let me just read the definition. Playful that is intended to tease, mock, or create trouble. That's what I was looking for. So a lot of times when people argue with other people or they have a disagreement with other people, like they mock what the other people, what the other person believes. They tease what the other person believes. They really like make a joke at what the other person believes. See, I don't gotta tell you guys what 1 Corinthians 13 talks about when it comes to love. Like, don't tell me the love of God's in you. Don't tell me you love God if you treat people like crap. If you don't have, what is love? 1 Corinthians 13. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love does not seek its own ambitions. Love does not seek its own pleasure. Love is merciful, caring. It always wins. It always prevails. You guys see what I said? Love never fails. Ooh, that's good. Preach yourself. But you guys see what I'm saying? Like, love is not self-seeking. It seeketh the good of others before the good of itself. Wow. So when you're, let's go back. The whole point of this video, that why I'm doing it, is because my coworker said that, something happened at work. They were frustrated with another coworker of theirs, and it was another just truck driver randomly coming to our work, and he gave him a lot of attitude, a lot of flack, just gave him a hard time. And my coworker said, I wish that person harm. Like, I don't wish harm on nobody, but with him, I hope that he gets his due justice. You know what? That's so powerful, because you don't even got to say that. They're already procuring for themselves their own karma. See, Galatians chapter 6, verse 7 through 10. I'm not going to read it for today's video, but I'm going to just say it. It said that God is not mocked. You can't fool God. What you do in this life will come back on you, right? What you produce in this life will haunt you, right? And what is it saying? It's a quote. I'm gonna hit you guys with it when I do. What you sow is what you reap. When I really focus on Galatians 6, 7 through 10. But I'm gonna hit you guys with this quote. Like, it's gonna be a quote a day of its own video. But if you lay on the ground and you spit in the air, it's gonna come back in your face, right? What is that God saying through creation? See, God speaks through creation. Stuff don't just happen randomly. Stuff don't just happen without purpose. God is saying how life works through natural law, right? Just through how stuff is working in this life. So if you lay on the ground and spit in the air, it's going to come back in your face. What is God saying through creation with that? He's saying what you send into the life of others will come back on your life. You're not going to just spit on somebody. You're not going to just do harm to somebody. See, and not just do harm. Jesus even said, if you think it in your heart, you already did it. So, like, when it comes to committing adultery, if you lust after her, you take action on that, like, jacking off and stuff like you're procuring for yourself some type of punishment because just that thought led to all that. Like, what you do in this life, like what you plant is how your life's going to be. What you plant is what you're going to eat. And life is a harvest. Your life, I told you, your mind's a garden. Your life's a garden too. The garden of your mind dictates the garden of your life. The garden in your mind is the harvest that you will have to deal with in this life. So, like, what are you looking for? Ooh, what you're looking for is what you're going to get in this life. So this ain't just talking about with people. This is talking about, man, you talking about your dream. Okay, I'm gonna hit you guys with some good stuff. Let's go. I ain't gonna hold it back on you no more. Let's go here. Like, this is other videos, but let's just go here. Let's just go. Like, what you reap is what you sow in this life. See, God's not mocked. You can't fool God. You say you want this in life, but if you don't take action and your thought life don't match up with what you say you want, you're not gonna get it. God's not mocked. God's not deceived. He will not give a person what they don't work for, what they don't think about all the time, and what they really don't want. Because you don't think about it, you don't think about the good of it, and you don't seek the good in it, and you plant the good seeds to get it, you're not going to get it. You want a good marriage, but what are you doing in private? See, what you think what matters in public matters more than what you do in private. But what you do in private is going to dictate what happens in public eventually. So, like, you say you want this dream life, I want a nice house. I want a bunker. So when the Walking Dead zombie apocalypse happened, I could take care of my family and me. What seeds are you planting to attain as much money as you can to get that? I want to do real estate. Well, real estate costs a lot of money. Like, how many jobs are you working? Because in order to be a millionaire, I'm going to put you guys on game real quick. In order to be a millionaire, you need multiple streams of income coming in. You need several streams of income coming in. So that means, like, and you don't just have, see, people think just making money, just having money coming in, that's enough. I can get rich from that. No, you got to make your money work for you. That's why I told you guys, I got more money going out than I got coming in because I invested and I basically made at least probably like 150% return in the past 4 years, maybe more, maybe 200. But like, because I invested, it doesn't matter how much money I got going out than coming in because the seeds that I planted is enough to keep me going for longer, right? But I can't stay there. Like, eventually, I got to have more money coming in than I got going out. So it's a game, right? So you got to know the game. You got to know the algorithm. So what you reap is what you will sow. So the question is, what are you sowing? What are you planting? That's what sowing is. Every single day you're planting seeds. With everything you do, every choice, every thought, every decision, every action, inaction, reaction, whatever you want to call it, everything in life, you're planting something. You're sowing something. And what you sow is not just your life. It's not just what's going to happen in your life. It's what you're going to have to reap. God's not mocked. What a man plant is what he will eat. What a man plant is what he will sow. What he reap is what he will sow. Right? So if you sow the flesh, Galatians chapter 6, 7 to 10, right? If you sow the flesh, what's going to happen? You're going to reap corruption. So what is that saying? If you sow bad seeds, bad thoughts, I wish harm on that person. What does this proverb say? What does the proverb says? Evil comes to the one who searches for it, right? What else it says? He that seeketh mischief, it shall come unto him. This is a promise from God. You guys see what it says? It didn't say maybe it will come upon him. Perhaps. If you look for bad in others, if you seek bad, it will maybe come to you or not. No, it's a promise. God is not mocked. What he says in his word, it's already settled. what he promised in his word, he doesn't go back on his word. So guys, if you want a better life, this is where I was going at. Like this is my favorite part of all my slides. This is gonna carry my series that I'm about to start of what a man plants is what he will eat. So you reap what you sow, planting seeds, sowing seeds, all that stuff, the harvest, Galatians 6 and Proverbs 11:27. They go together. So is life turning out the way that you want? That's a question. Is life turning out the way that you want? And you know why it's not? It's because, you ain't sowing for what you want. You're not sowing for what you want. I already know you're not going to see this, so there's really no point in showing it. But yeah, I just got to post on my social media. You guys tell me if you guys want me to post this or not. Let's try to. I want to make the slide big because it's too good. Yeah, okay, you guys can see it a little bit. All right, so if you plant honesty, you'll reap trust. But if you plant dishonesty, you'll reap distrust. If you plant goodness, you'll reap friends. You want to know why you don't have any friends? You want to know why nobody talks to you? Nobody likes being around you? Because if you plant selfishness, you'll reap loneliness. You guys saw what this proverb said? Whatever you seeketh will find you. Whatever you're looking for is not just looking for you. It's going to haunt you and come your way. So your life is giving you the answers to the test. Your life's telling you all the stuff you have acted on and thought, and that's your life. See, a lot of times people won't take responsibility for that. A lot of times people won't admit, and take ownership of how their life has come about. But you can't blame nobody for how your life has came about. You can't blame anybody but yourself. A lot of people try to blame God. A lot of people try to blame their parents. A lot of people will blame their friends. You need to look in the mirror. Paul said, examine yourselves in the Bible. Everybody's always trying to judge other people. You got all the answers to everybody else's life, especially all these celebrities, right? They should do this. Man, that's stupid. Why did they do that? Oh my God. Everybody's saying the same thing about your life, even worse. Because a lot of times when you're talking about other people, first of all, when other people talk about other people, just know that they're talking about you too, behind your back. If there's a friend, they always gossiping and talking about other people, they're talking about you too, with other people. Motor mouse. They're going to reap what they sow too. But you talking about other people, you're the one talking. Yeah, they should do this. They should do this. Yeah. You'll never see a successful person just talking about other people's lives. Unsuccessful people focus on winners. Unsuccessful people focus on champions. Unsuccessful people focus on successful people. And they just look and examine them instead of looking at examining themselves. So you're going to remain unsuccessful if you don't plant better seeds and better habits to obtain success. Successful people focus on themselves, their weaknesses, their gaps, and they try to perfect the craft. They focus and examine themselves. You see what I said? So what do you need to plant to have a better life? What do you need to plant to receive God's favor? What do you need to do and think about more in order to receive the life that you've always dreamed? You need to count the cost of revenge. You seek it harm on other people, you even think about that. You think you're going to receive God's grace? See, grace is given to those. I like the way Jesus said it. One person in the Bible, he says it a lot, by the way. I did a whole series on forgiveness. I'll put that in the description on my YouTube channel. But it's called Forgive Them, Forgiveness, all that stuff on my YouTube channel. It's real good. Because I struggled with if I struggle with anything, guys, just forgiving other people. I'm really critical and judgmental, and I can hold grudges, but I ain't gonna lie. Eventually it'll go away because grudges ain't good for you. You'll see Proverbs rotten. Bitterness is rottenness to the bone. So you're only creating diseases and illnesses, and you'll never find anybody that's 90-year old, that's super old, that's vengeful, angry, bitter, resentful. Do you know what it takes to get that old? You gotta be at peace with a lot of things. You gotta be accepting of a lot of things. You gotta be graceful and loving and caring towards a lot of things. You'll never see anybody. Look at somebody 120 if you want to debate 90. Look at somebody 120 and tell me, are they? I hate. You'll never see nobody like that. That old. They're that old for a reason. Because what you think about other people is really what you think about yourself. What you wish on other people, you're wishing harm on other people. Dude, you're wishing harm on yourself. What a man sows, what a man plants, what a man thinks, what a man does, and a woman too, right? This ain't just man. That is what you will have to eat for the rest of your life. So, guys, if you want a better life, you got to think better. You got to do better. We have to be better. That's the only solution. What are we talking about? Like, I wish harm on them. Oh, that's so immature. Like, you know how stupid you sound? I wish evil on them. like, that's so dumb. It's so primitive. That's the word I'm using. It's so primitive. You're above that. Let me finish this quote, and I'm going to hit you guys with Romans 12. I'm going to end the video. This is too good. If you plant humility, you'll reap greatness. Ooh. If you plant pride, though, you'll reap destruction. See, we already said that. If you plant perseverance, you'll reap victory. If you plant envy, you'll reap trouble. If you plant consideration, you'll reap harmony. If you plant laziness, you'll reap stagnation. If you plant hard work, you'll reap success. Yes, Lord. If you plant bitterness, you'll reap isolation. If you plant forgiveness, you'll reap reconciliation. Ooh, Lord Jesus. Do you want to be forgiven? You got to forgive others. If you plant greed, you'll reap loss. If you plant patience, you'll reap improvements. If you plant gossip, you'll reap enemies. If you plant faith, you'll reap miracles. But if you plant worries, you'll reap wrinkles. If you plant sin, you'll reap guilt. Be careful what you plant now. It will determine what you will reap tomorrow. This video is so good, guys. I love the Bible, man. Told you guys I struggle with forgiveness. I'm going to say something real personal. Since I joined the Board of Examiners in the African Methodist Episcopal Church, that's the denomination I'm under, sadly. I'm going to be non-denominational, start my own church. But it's all a matter of God's timing. I don't know what I know. I don't know what to do, so it ain't the time. I just pray it happens. Because I hate being in the AME church, the African Methodist Episcopal Church. I've always hated it. I hate denominations. I hate religion. Since I joined and accepted my calling, and I came into that position of trying to be a preacher, it's just been so many cons of it. It's been so much. It's real political when you do stuff in a denomination and a religion. Like, everything's about pleasing them, sucking up to them. Like, there was a woman who I was really close with, way before Board Examiners. I've known her since I was 5, since I was a baby even. And she was over Board Examiners. My first year, guys. It'd be different if it was 5 years in. Like, it's a 5-year process. If it was my 5th year, it's okay if she did what she did. But it was my first year. Like, she made it a hazing process, not just to me, but to everybody. Hurt people. See, people don't just do things just to do them. It takes somebody being hurt and experiencing hurt, having people being ugly to them, being unhappy to them, being rude to them, just doing something abusive to them. For you to have to be put at a, if you're finally put at a position, finally put in leadership, finally put in a place of, really being a change that you always wanted to see. But to stoop down to hurting people, because that's what you faced in the process, and it made you to who you are, being ugly, being unkind, being impatient, being rude. Like, are you kidding me? A pastor? A pastor doing it. A pastor? A pastor! You hear what I said? A pastor. We ain't talking about just a churchman. We talking about a pastor. Pastors. No, it's a lot of them. So many people, since I've been a part of Board Examiners, like in the African Methodist Episcopal Church, being rude, ugly, impatient, unkind, unloving, uncaring. Pastors. It's pathetic. It's really sad. Like people you look up to, who you would never thought would ever do such a thing, who you trusted will let you down. That's what I said earlier in the video. Never depend on people. Never have a high expectation on people like you have. Don't have the same expectation you have on people that you should have on God, because they're just going. They can't measure up. It's the worst. You won't just be let down. You're gonna lead yourself to depression. That's planting the wrong seeds. You gotta plant better ones. So you have to expect pain. You have to expect hurt when people are, no matter where you are, no matter what arena you are in, hurt will happen. So you got to plant better seeds so that that hurt doesn't get to you. You have to plant the seeds in your life where God can be your vengeance. And here it goes. This will be his own video, but I got to hit you guys with it. So you got to count the cost in this life. I said for titles for today's videos, count the cost of revenge. Count the cost of revenge. Jesus said, whatever you build in life, so whatever you plant, whatever you sow, thought, word, and deed, that will be your soul. That will be your faith. That will be your life. See, people who are forgiving have been forgiven. People who are graceful towards other people have received mercy and grace from God. So Jesus said in the Bible, to those who have been forgiven much, forgive much. But for those who haven't been forgiven much, they forgive little. See, it's something to forgive somebody who is your child, who's your mother or father, so your family member, somebody close to you. That's something to forgive them for. Like, that's kind of easier to forgive than somebody you don't. Well, that's debatable. That's debatable. But you see what I'm saying? Like, there's different sizes to forgiveness, right? So you can't really put a measure on it. But so, like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? Whether you know them and you barely know them and they hurt you, or they're a family member and they abuse you, rape you, all those things, right? Like, just think about what it takes to forgive somebody, right? Like, how much has God, hey, thumbs up. How much has God forgiven you for, right? When you know that how much God has forgiven you for, it makes it so much easier to forgive anybody for any offense that they've ever done to you. So you need to count the cost of what does it mean if you can't forgive somebody? What does it mean if you can't be graceful towards somebody? What does it mean if you just take revenge on people? Like, guys, that's saying a lot about you. Like, in life, you got the flesh and you got the spirit, right? The flesh and the spirit, I'm being a meme of mine, whatever it's called. Like, the flesh, what does it take to be in the flesh? Vengeful, anger, hostility, bitterness, resentment, unforgiveness. I can keep on going. That's living in the flesh. Are you living in the flesh? And what's the consequence of living in the flesh? What a man plants is what he's going to eat. You keep on living in the flesh, you're going to reap corruption. You keep on living how Satan wants you to live, living carnally, carnal, not mature, not living in spirit's maturity, right? Because you know what Jesus has done for you. You know what God has done for you. And if you just live and do what God said, you're going to reap the benefits of the spirit that the flesh can never give you. Hello? Like, so, like, the flesh, hatred, anger, rage. What are the consequences of that? You think you can get away from that? No. God's not deceived. God's not mocked. You can't ask God for a certain type of life if you live in by the flesh. He's not mocked. He's not deceived. You're going to get what you've been doing because that's what you want. What you've been thinking, that's what you're going to get because that's what you want. That's what you've been working for. That's what you've been asking for. What you've been working for, what you've been thinking for is what you're asking for. That's what's going to come to you, the flesh. The spirit, forgiveness, mercy, patience, kindness, love, gentleness, meekness. I keep on going. Humility, pride, flesh, arrogant, boastful, know everything. Hello. What is the benefit of living by the Spirit? See, I don't even got all the answers to that test. I don't know. I know what I experienced. And like, guys, when you just take the high ground and you let God take care of things for you, forgive them when you should be unforgiving towards them. Be loving and caring towards them, even though they're ugly towards you. That's a hard life to live, living by the Spirit. It's not easy. When you're around people who suck, who always bring out the worst in you, or they're trying to bring out the worst in you. Like, to live by the Spirit is a high calling. You can't do it by yourself. It takes the Spirit of God helping you and doing it for you. Matter of fact, you can't do it by yourself, right? And this is, I want to say the scripture verse before I go here to end the video. But Luke chapter 14, verse 28, Jesus says, suppose one who wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it? I'm going to stop there. You say you want a certain life. You say you got certain dreams and aspirations. You want this to happen in life. You want that to happen in life. Like, guys, you want to make it to heaven? Like, yes, I want to go to heaven. I want to be with God forever and ever. Like, what are you doing? What are you thinking? If you really did, you would think and act in a way that's measured up to that standard. And you're not going to do it perfectly. No one's righteous, no, not one. You're not pure. You're only Jesus is that. But you got to do whatever it takes to get to that level. That's the life of a Christian. So suppose one want to build a tower. What tower are you trying to build in this life? What are you trying to do in this life? Won't you sit down and count the cost, the estimate of what it takes to get that kind of life? Won't you see what seeds you need to sow and plant in order to obtain that type of life? What does it take to have that type of life? Do you know? No, you don't. So you got to do research. You got to be in the Bible. You got to be in the Word. You got to be in the Spirit and let the Spirit tell you what to do. Like, it takes doing that. Like, guys, the Bible's so powerful. It just gives, the more you study it, the more you're going to be able to perform. The better you're going to be able to perform. The more that's going to happen in your life, the more miracles you see, because you just start thinking different. You just start acting different. You just start doing things according to how the Bible and how God wants us to live and how He wants us to do things. Then you get to reap the benefits of the Spirit. You sow the Spirit, you're going to reap the Spirit. You sow the flesh, you're going to reap corruption. I'm going to just read this because I'm going to go in if I go here. Like, this just be another video because I got work, guys. Like I said, I work from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. You guys want to support me? I need all the help in the world. I got my PayPal, Venmo, and all that stuff in the description of the video. So those are my ministries, Venmo and stuff like that. So you want to tithe, support me, and my wife and my kid, go ahead. I can use it, guys. Because like I said, financially, it's rough right now. But Romans 12, 14, 20 to 21 is one of my favorite verses of all time. Favorite passages. My life verse. So when that coworker of mine said, and like I said, do you seek harm on people who hurt you? Like, do you seek the worst things to happen to other people who offend you and wrong you? That says a lot about you. Because if you have real maturity, you know whose battle that is. If you really knew God, you would trust Him with that part of your life. It's not your job to seek revenge. It's not your job to fight battles that's meant for God. That's God's type of battles to fight. Matter of fact, He's already fighting them for you. He's already working behind the scenes. What a man plant is what he will eat. If you keep on planting distrust, if you keep on planting ugliness, unkindness, no grace, no mercy towards other people, if you keep on planting grudges, rage and anger, impatience, rudeness to other people, what do you think is going to happen to that person? You don't have to wish no harm on that person. You don't have to, try and pray to God. God hurt them. He already is going to do it because they're already doing it to themselves. God is your vengeance. God is your revenge. God is my revenge. God is the one that fights those types of battles for me and yours, all believers, right? So who has hurt you that you want to be hurt? What are you looking for when somebody offends you and brings out the worst in you? What should you be looking for? That's the question. You need to repent and pray to God. We all do, because it's going to happen. Like, you telling me no matter the persecution. Like, for example, for a guy, like, this is my worst case scenario for a guy. When they start persecuting Christians and they say, there's a difference between taking a gunshot to the head, for persecution for Jesus if you believe in him. But they start cutting off penises or something. That's a whole different ballgame. You wouldn't do that for Jesus? All that talk. See, everybody's all talk. But when crap hits the fan and you really gotta stand for what you believe in, what you said? Can you back it up? Like, can you really do it? And so I forgot where I was going at with that, but you guys see what I'm saying. Like, let's read Romans 12, 14 to 21. This is too good. All right. And I'm gonna do another video just on this. Like, I love this verse so much. Let me zoom in. I want you guys to really see it. All right, yeah, that's better. All right. So bless those. Okay, let's just zoom in some more. All right, yeah, that's real good. All right. Romans chapter 12, 14 to 21 from the New International Version Bible. Bless those who persecute you. Bless those and bless and do not curse. Rejoice with those who rejoice, mourn with those who mourn. Live in harmony. God, that's so hard. Live in harmony with everyone. Oh, I'm about to cry, man. That's so good. Don't be proud. Ooh, you guys see that? Are you prideful? Like, does it only matter what you think? Or are you willing to, when you're in Rome, be like the Romans, whatever that saying is. Like when you're do it. Well, I'm not trying to say that, but like Paul said to the Greeks, I became Greek. To the Jew, I became a Jew. Like Paul, out of all the apostles and disciples, he was the most relatable to people, other than Jesus. Like obviously, Jesus knows everybody, so he can relate with any and everybody because he created everybody, right? So like, even God is not prideful when it comes to like what other people think and. He's willing to work with you, man. He worked with Thomas, doubting Thomas. He worked with the disciples who had doubts about him. He worked with all Christians, children, all people, just to get them to where they need to go. With the best, life and life more abundantly. All those things, right? So, like, okay, let's just keep on reading. All right. Live in harmony with everyone. Don't be proud. Don't be boastful. Don't be arrogant. Don't think you know everything. You got all knowledge in the world. But be willing to associate with people of low position. Oh my goodness. Be willing to work with people who you don't want to work with. Be willing to be accepting of people you don't want to accept. Be willing to, it's not being tolerant. There's difference between being tolerant and just being in harmony with every. Did you guys see that? Live in harmony. Whoa, God, who you want to be in harmony with? With people I disagree with? Who you want me to be in harmony with, God? Like just people that's like me and my race and my color. Who you want me to be in harmony with, God? With one another. With one another. I know I sound like Pinocchio. but be willing to associate with people of low position. Do not be conceited. See, you're conceited, you're arrogant, you're just like the devil. There's certain people you think you're above. There's certain people you think you're better than. There's certain people you just want to associate with because those are, what does light got to do with darkness? What does a Christian got to do with an unbeliever? What? Like, you kidding me? Even Jesus was with tax collectors. Even Jesus was with prostitutes. Even God is with everybody. God's with everybody. He sees everything. He's everywhere. He's anywhere. He's everywhere. He's in life. He is life. You see what I'm saying? The Spirit's moving. You don't know where the Spirit's going. It's everywhere. It ain't where you think it should go. The Spirit got a mind of its own. I'm talking about the Holy Spirit, right? All right. Whew, this is good. Do not repay anyone evil for evil. Wow. Be careful to do what is right in the eyes of everyone. Wow. You can't do what's right in the minds of everyone, but if you do what's right in the minds of God, and if you please God, you're automatically going to please man. You're automatically going to be on the right side of history. You're automatically going to do things the right way to where people may say you're on the wrong side right now, but just like with the disciples, even though they were persecuted, even though, they died all horrific deaths, every last one of them except for John, but they tried killing him. See, they didn't face the best in life. They faced the worst, actually. They face hostility 24/7 just because they associated with Jesus, just because they believe in Jesus, all those things. So was life easy for them? No. So even though Martin Luther King they saw him as an enemy back in Jim Crow time period. Anybody that tried to get rid of slavery was an enemy of God. So like, you may be on the wrong side of history then, but in the long run, people are going to see God. People are going to know that was God. People are going to know that you were the change that the world needed. I keep on going. So don't repay evil with evil. Like, do good. You guys hear what I said? Do good. Be good. Think good. Just do good. Why? Because good will come upon you. What you plant is what you will eat, what you will reap, what you will sow. So if you think good thoughts, you do good things, you are good at people, what do you think's gonna happen? What will be hunting after you? What will be chasing after you? Good, good, good. What did God said after he made everything? After he made man, he said it was good. After he made the birds and the stars and the sky and the sun and the moon and the galaxies and space and the ocean and the sea and all the animals you see and all the animals you don't see and all the animals you know and all the animals we don't know. You guys see what I'm saying? You don't know everything. If you did, you would know every single animal that there is. You would know everything about space. You would know, if others aliens. You don't know everything. You don't know what God knows. Nobody does. Shut up. So, don't be conceited. Don't be prideful. We all need to work together and be in harmony with any and everybody in this life. Why? Because God will repay what you pay towards others and what you pay towards yourself. What you do in private is what will come out in public. What you do to other people is what will be done to you. What you think about other people is what other people are going to think about you and what you're going to think about yourself, right? You can't tell. I was really thinking about this in another separate video. I've been really thinking about this. Does every pretty person on earth really think perfectly about them? 100%. And they don't think anything bad about themselves? You see what I'm saying? Does every single human being think something off with them that they notice off? That's bad about them, that they just don't like and they wish they didn't have for their life to be perfect, for them to love themselves. I think it's everybody. And the only person, your love will never be enough. Only God's love will be enough. That's what I tweeted the other day, 3 days ago. Go to my Twitter page, troubledontlast, and my Facebook page, Sean Christopher Jenkins. There's also my YouTube page. You can see me post my stuff on Twitter and Facebook right there. But you guys see what I'm saying? Your love will never be enough. Only God's love's enough. You can never love yourself enough. Only God can love you enough. That's my revelation. Because I don't gotta tell you. Guys, I always thought I was ugly. I always struggle with that. Because I've been told I was ugly since I was little. So I've always struggled with that. So yeah, that's a side note. But just thinking that thought, guys, what's the consequence of that? You're only torturing yourself. You're only causing yourself harm. You're only harming yourself. Nobody's doing it for you. You did it to yourself. I know the culture says what pretty is. I know the culture in this world says, who's in and who's out and all those things. But as believers, our identity comes from God. Our identity comes from the Bible. Our identity and our whole being and what we think about life and everything should come from God. So it shouldn't come from man. So what man thinks beautiful, it doesn't matter. What God said is beautiful is what's in. What man thinks is what's out, right? You put garbage in, you're going to get garbage out. So in this life, what are you putting in yourself? Because what you watch, what you read, what you think, what you watch, what you read, what you do, who you hang around is what you're going to be thinking, what you're going to be doing, and what you're going to be sowing in this life. So if you don't like what you've been sowing and what's been happening in your life, you got to change it. So guys, let's keep on reading. This is too good. I haven't gone deep. I just got to hurry up. Do not repay anyone evil for evil. Be careful to do. It is hot. What is right? Can you turn it colder? Dad gum. I'm burning up. Be careful to do what is right in the eyes of everyone. If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. See, this is a light verse for me. This is my favorite Bible verse of all time. I think about it every day. If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. You can't be at peace with everyone. Do you know that? You can't be in harmony with everyone. Sometimes oil and water just don't mix. Sometimes pickles just don't go with peanut butter. There's just some food that just don't taste right together. And it's not supposed to. It's not meant to go together. Not everything in life is meant to go together and meant to function together. They're meant to be separate. If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. That verse is so powerful. Because, no matter what you do in this life, the dichotomy is there's just some people that aren't going to like you. I wish I was white. I'm not going to lie. If I was white, I feel just life would be easier for me. Right? I wish if I could look like anybody, I would want to look like Tommy from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the first Green Ranger, that everybody knows. He died recently from suicide. But I love Tommy. I always wanted a ponytail. I always wanted to be white and have long hair like Sunshine on Remember the Titans. Because, white's in, black's out at the end of the day, in this life. It's just, the way this life is awful, right? Like, so, like, there's just certain people that just not gonna like me because I'm black. There's just certain people in this world that will always see me as a nigger and ignorant and a monkey. As soon as I say a big word, oh, you think you're fancy. You think you something. Like, I really have people say that to me. Like, and so, like, there's certain people, no matter what, I used to think, see, guys, I used to be a people pleaser. With my whole being, I just wanted to make people happy. And so I thought, like, before I got saved, I was gonna be a comedian, right? Because I know I'm funny. Like, I'm hilarious. Like, I got it. But like, I'm using my comedy for the pulpit now, for God. So like, but yeah, I thought like if I made people laugh, they'll like me, they'll love me. But no matter how hard you try, there's just gonna be certain people that hate you. There's gonna be certain people that don't want to be around you. There's gonna be certain people that just don't. They're not gonna see anything good in you, just because your life is your thoughts, and that's their reality. They're not willing to go past that and be more mature and receive the best of life, right? Because they limit themselves to being in that place. And that's just not me. I can't do that. I can't limit my mind and stay in the same thinking process I've always been in my life. Like, I need to grow. I need to mature. I need to think the way God thinks. I need to, not just that, like guys, like just think about your fullest and highest potential. Thinking about like everything that life has to offer, like, well, not just life. I mean, life after life, all eternity. Like, just think about that. Like, we don't even know, like, what all life God has for us. So, like, in saying that, like, there's so much more to life than what we could ever imagine or think. So, like, not everybody's one and wants to grow, right? They don't want to grow. They want to stay babies. They want to stay carnal and in the flesh. And as believers, we can't do that. And I'm saying, like, in order to live this way, like, to be graceful, not repay evil for evil, you got to believe and trust that God is your vengeance. You got to believe and trust that God will repay everyone what they're due. I could use certain people as an example. I know people support Trump or they don't support Trump. And no matter what side you're on, he's going to, his fate is filled. Whatever a man sows is what he will reap. And that's with anybody, woman or man you don't like. There's a price to pay, and you're going to have to pay it. As believers, some of us are lucky. I pray every day. I say, Jesus, you paid the price for me on the Calvary, on the cross. So please take my punishment. I do not want to face the music of all the bad choices and the bad seeds I planted. And it's a lot. It's a lot for all of us. You're going to have to pay the price. So, like, I pray every day that Jesus pays that price for me. But not everybody prays that prayer. And they're going to pay the price that they said they didn't have to pay because they thought they had to be pure to go to heaven, or they just think they got it all taken care of. And not just that, they think that they could take the initiative to repay evil for evil. So, pay people back for the bad that other people have done to them. And they think that's okay. And here goes the next part of that verse. Like, this verse is so crazy, it's so deep. Like, I haven't even gone there yet, guys. So this just be another video. So just make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Uplift Crossroads. You'll get way more of Romans 12. Like, it's one of my favorite. It's actually one of the first videos I did on my YouTube channel. So you scroll all the way down my videos, you'll see that video, right? So verse 19 of Romans 12, do not take revenge, my friends, but leave room for God's wrath. For it is written, it is mine to avenge. I will repay, says the Lord. On the contrary, if your enemy is hungry, feed him. If he is thirsty, give him something to drink. In doing so, you will heap burning coals on his head. Did you guys see that? Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. There's a reason why Jesus says, like, people think an eye for an eye, tooth and tooth is good. People think, that's living by the flesh, though. That's living carnal. Like, that's fighting battles through the flesh. And even Ephesians 6, Paul says, you need to put on the full armor of God, the full breastplate of righteousness, right living, right? You need to put the helmet of salvation on. You need to have the sword of God, the word of God in your hand to use and wield. Like, God gave us everything in our arsenal to fight our battles. The feet of peace, like, peace with all men, peace, live in harmony with everybody, tranquility. Like, guys, like, see, that's another question I got for you guys. Do you guys have a lot of hostility, a lot of drama like a lot of bad relationships, toxic relationships in your life, it's because you first of all, some people, that's their life. Like that's all they know is harmony, is vengeance, hostility, drama, bad. So you don't need to associate with people like that. You can. There's just some people you can't be around. Because when you're around them, they're gonna not just bring out the worst in you, and not just hurt you, they'll just destroy your life. Like you can't marry everybody. You can't love everybody. They don't want your love. They can't handle your love. Because they don't know what love is. They only know God's wrath. And that's their arena. That's all they know. That's what they're accustomed to. And they don't want to move from it. God's wrath. I can't deal with no peace. I can't. What's the opposite of peace? I don't function well with drama. I don't function well with just pettiness, carnalness. That's what it is. Foolishness. Like I don't play games. So like my cutoff game is very strong. As always have been, even before I was saved. So like now that I'm saved, like girl, stop. Like so you don't need to take revenge, my friends. You gotta leave room for God's wrath. So you're not leaving room for God's wrath if you're fighting in the flesh by the flesh. So like if somebody curse you, well, I'm gonna curse them back. Somebody punches you, well, I'm gonna punch them back. Somebody hurt you, well, I'm gonna hurt them back. Are you kidding me? That's living by the flesh. Even thinking it is living by the flesh. So like you gotta leave room for God's wrath. Don't even think about it. Don't even waste time on it. Let it go. Let go and let God. That's what that saying means. So like you have to leave room for God's wrath by not taking vengeance, by taking a higher ground, by being a bigger person, by turning the other cheek. They punch you on one cheek on your face, you turn and let them punch the other one. Why? Why does Jesus say that? Because in doing so, you will be reaping burning coals on their head. See, that's a saying, and it's a lot bigger and powerful than what you just see on surface level. But I'm gonna talk about that deeper in another video, so y'all just stay tuned. I should just end the video. But God's your vengeance, He's your avenger, He's all those things. There's no need to repay people back for anything, unless it's good, right? If you repay people for good that they done to you, then good will come upon you. But if you repay people for bad, for the bad that they done to you, what do you think is gonna come upon you? Good? Yeah, that'll be the answer. Yeah. Nah, you're going to have to reap what you sow, buddy. And that's Proverbs 11:27, guys. He that diligently seeketh good procures favor, procures good, procures God's best, God's favor, God's mercy, the best that God has to offer. So he that diligently seeks good procures good. But he that seeketh mischief, trouble, harm, danger, hurt, you seek those things for other people and even think it shall come unto you. Not it may be come unto you, it will come unto you. So guys, you don't like the way your life looks, you don't like the people you're around, you don't like what's happening in your life, you better think better and do better. That's the only solutions. And the only way to think better to be in the you are what you do. You put garbage in, you get garbage out. You need to be in the word of God more. You need to be with God more. Then you'll receive the best of life and all that stuff. Like I said, I got work, guys. I work from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. So I got to head on out. Central time, by the way. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. So if you guys want to leave a donation, I could use it, man. It's in the description of this video on my YouTube channel, Uplift, Crossroads, or on my Facebook page, Sean Christopher Jenkins, and my LinkedIn page as well, Sean Christopher Jenkins. I'm also on the description of the video is on my X and Twitter page, but you can barely see it because Twitter sucks. But anyways, Twitter's my favorite, by the way. But anyways, Trouble Don't Last. That's my Twitter and X page. That's my Snap and Instagram, TikTok, and Threads as well. My other Instagram page is my_daily_Bible. And then my Tumblr page is Trouble Don't Last #1. If you enjoyed this video, go to my YouTube channel, Uplift Past Crossroads. I got way more videos for you. This is my 495th video. And like I said, if you go to videos on Uplift Past Crossroads, and you scroll all the way down on the video section, you will get to everything I've ever talked about with Romans 12. Well, the first video I've done on Romans 12. I got to keep on scrolling because it's a lot of videos now. There's going to be more in the future, but yeah, here it is. Which video is it? Yeah, it was this video. It's a 5-minute video. Yeah, I need to put it in the description of this video. So this is when I first talked about Romans 12. The battle's not yours, it's the Lord. So like, I basically said the same thing, but I went way deeper because obviously 5 minutes compared to an hour and 30. Dang. I'm gonna say way more on this video than that one. So check out that if you enjoyed this video. Then also, if you enjoyed this video, you want to hear more Proverbs, check out this playlist, the book of Proverbs. That's where you can hear more sermons and Bible studies, just future animations that I've done on the book of Proverbs. Then also Proverbs 11 is another playlist on my YouTube channel. You can check out this one and see all the sermons, Bible studies I've done on it. If you enjoyed me talking about Proverbs 11:27, then also Romans 12, one of my favorite books in the Bible. Well, Romans chapter 12 is my favorite chapter. I don't know if Romans is my favorite book yet. I haven't really done studies on it yet, but we'll see. All right, and then if you enjoyed me talking about the count the cost, everything has a cost. Check out that playlist on my YouTube channel as well. I'm gonna go deeper on that. That'll also be another playlist. Luke 14 will be another one. Galatians 6 be another playlist to listen to as well. So yeah, you'll see this video on that playlist and other ones like it, so you can get your feel on anything I talked about just by searching for it on my YouTube channel, right? So yeah, make sure to subscribe, turn on, so click the bell so you're notified after you subscribe. You're notified anytime I upload another video. Make sure to share this video with other people you think it's going to bless and benefit, especially if they are seeking revenge or they're hurt, and they just tell them what God said about it, man, through this video. And like, yeah, do Bible studies on what I said and stuff like that, man. And yeah, if you got any video ideas or got any questions, DM me on my Facebook page, preferably Sean Christopher Jenkins, SEAN, Sean Christopher Jenkins. And I'll do a video on the question that you asked. I love answering people's questions online. And then also, what else you need to know? Like, comment, and share all the videos you watch on my YouTube channel, Uplift Past Crossroads. But like I said, that's the money winner, my YouTube channel, Uplift Past Crossroads. I'm also on every podcast platform. So just search for me, Uplift Past Crossroads, on iHeartRadio, that podcast, on Apple Podcasts, Google Chromecast, all those things. And like I said as well, we just started our merchandise for Uplift Past Crossroads. So this is our website. It's in the description of this video. It's www.upliftclothing.org. So this is where you can also support us and get just clothing that we started for our fellow uplifters. So you guys have really been looking at this. It's crazy. Like, you guys been looking at the yeah, you guys tore up, like, just checking out this website. So yeah, go ahead and buy some stuff and support us that way. Like, just, I want to zoom in so you guys can see it. So we're gonna have a lot of Christian merch. Like, I love the way Christian rappers dress, so I always wanted to dress like that. That's how I'm gonna be dressing. So this is our symbol right now for Uplift Past Crossroads. That's what the ministry called. So we're gonna have, like, hats and shirts that says Billboard for Christ. It's all about faith in this race. What was whom the Son sets free. I told my wife to go ahead and do that one, and she did it. I didn't think she did. Yeah, whom the Son sets free is free indeed. That'll be another shirt, hat, and stuff like that. So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of Christian stuff you can wear. So yeah, support that, buy that. That would be helping us out a lot, because man, a baby costs a lot. I don't even know what to expect with Zion. And then yeah, this is where my wife announced that our website right here. So you can check out that video if you want. It's the last one on the short videos and the video section. All right, so I gotta go, guys. Sorry I don't go live more. Like I told you guys, I want to go live way more. I just got a lot on my plate right now. Work third shift. Board examiners for training to get my ordination to preach and stuff like that. And then seminary school. It's all kicking my butt. I got class all tomorrow. So I'm not gonna have no sleep after working third shift. It's awful. So y'all just pray for me. All right. I'll see you Friday, preferably. But I just had to hit you guys with this video, man. Talk to you later. Peace out.